Good afternoon, you guys. I just wanted to jump on here really quick and just give you some words of encouragement. God is still God and He's still doing what He does. He's never changed and He won't. But, today I was thinking about Job because I have recently been hit with some news and it has to do, of course, with my health. And we know that in the Bible, um, it was said that Job got really sick and that he had friends and family, including, his wife, that was planting seeds of doubt in his head. And he was holding strong to his faith and strong to God and to the hope that he was going to get better. Of course, he felt a little confused like, why, God? Why is all of this happening to me? Because he did not know. Um, that it was just a test and that he was going to have to go through some hardship before receiving an even bigger blessing than what he had. And Job lost so much. And then, after what I say, passed the test, um, he received that much more. And, um, he received it. He received it from God. He received all his blessings and then some, like tenfold. So I'm letting you know this because, again, I recently got a health scare. And, you know, we just have to think of like who God is in our life and the role that he plays. Um, to me, God is everything. And I just hold on to this hope that I'm going to get better. He still has, he still has plans for me. I still haven't found my husband. So I asked God, please, send me my husband, please, God, before I pass away. I don't want to pass away single. But, that's just joking around. But in all seriousness and all reality, I received news about my heart. I am having a little bit of issues with it. But you know what? I'm putting it in God's hands. I'm releasing it to Him, and I'm not carrying that burden because He didn't create us to carry our burdens. He said, give it to Him. So, I'm still gonna remember that God is still God. And there's actually a song from Jeremy Rosado that it hits differently now. Um, I used to listen to it and I thought about my past and I was like, a lot of things happened in my past. I came out of an abusive relationship and everything. And, that was 12 years ago. And I was like, okay, the worst is behind me. Like the best years are just there to come. And then I get hit with this news and now I'm just thinking of my current situation and I'm thinking of, you know, um, what I'm what I'm about to face. And just, back then I probably would have broke down, but now I'm just holding really strong to faith. And I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for this particular artist. His name is Jeremy Rosado. And I love his music. It's like I've been silently cheering him on for years. He just doesn't know it. But yeah, this song Still God is like it hits me hard. And Come and See, which was a prior song that he released and that it finally came out on the radio. Like I was just waiting for him to come out on the radio, but it finally came out and it was just like these songs he doesn't I don't know if he understands how much it impacts people and how much it helps us like just be able to like move forward with some kind of hope that you know that we're going to get out of these situations, that we're not going to be facing this forever. This is temporary and God is still God and God is still a God of miracles and he's a God of blessings and he gives you hope and he gives you courage and he fights your fight when you don't have that fight in you. So I'm not going to cry. I'm not gonna cry. But um that's who he is. My God, thank you. Because like your love is what helps me keep pushing. So with that being said, I hope that that encourages you guys a little bit. And I would definitely encourage you guys to listen to, Christian artists. The music gives you hope. Love you guys. Bye. Peace. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I wanted to tell you really quick. I did create a video on the song that I was speaking of earlier. And I included my dog in this video. There's a reason why I included my dog. Her name is Kiki. Well, her full name is Kilani, but I call her Kiki. And I also call her my negrita linda, which means my pretty black girl. So, Kiki has a story. Kiki's story is when I first got her, she was 8 months old. I got her from a rescue shelter. And she was a stray. I'm not sure how long she had been in the street, but I do know that she was very malnutritioned. You could see her bones, her ribs, everything, everything. She didn't have like an ounce of fat on her. And she was weighing like a solid, I guess, 20, 25 pounds. Literally a sack of rice. And my poor baby, when I brought her home, I did notice that she had what looked like kennel cough. And and I said, this is odd. Like I'm gonna take her to the vet because she doesn't look good. And the least they could do is give me like antibiotics or whatever. So I took her to the emergency of the vet that day because I couldn't get an appointment, whatever. That's a long story that's not even worth telling. But when I got there, the vet that saw her, he looked at her and he said, Mama, um, because he was Cuban. So he's like, Mamita, I'm just gonna let you know right now. Honestly speaking, she doesn't even have 24 hours. Like, it would be a miracle if she lasts throughout the night. And I'm a firm believer that, God takes care of his creation just like he takes care of us, his children. And, dogs are God's creation as well. We have made them our pets, but they belong to God as well. And I told him, I said, so what can we do to save her? And he said, the only thing is like if she stays over here at the pet hospital, we can try, but we can't guarantee that she will survive. And I said, okay, so what is it that you guys do in there? And he's like, we offer steam room treatment. We clear her lungs. We'll try to give her a round of antibiotics, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably not even gonna be worth it because she's, está grave. Like she's in dire state. And I was like, okay, well, can you give me the strongest antibiotics that you have? And he's like, are you sure? And I said, yeah, give me the strongest antibiotics. And I didn't care what I had to spend, but I was not going to allow for Kiki to die. Like I was going to give her a fighting chance. And so that's what I ended up doing after the vet. He gave me the antibiotics. He gave me the medicine for the kennel cough, and he sent me on my way. Like, good luck. And I'm like, this is in God's hands. So basically, I went to Walgreens and I got um a humidifier, and I started giving her steam room treatment. I patted her sides to clear up her lungs. I did everything that he said that they would do in the hospital, in the vet hospital, which by the way, that was gonna be like 1,500 a night. And they were saying that minimum she needed like 3 nights. They're crazy. But anyhow, um I ended up doing all of that. I had to syringe feed her to get the nutrients because she wouldn't eat as well. She was very weak, very, very weak. Like just taking a couple steps just to go outside, she would just like flop over. on my patio. And she wouldn't run around with Lacey or anything like that. So, long story short, you're gonna see her in the video, and she is a hefty 70 pounds. And it took so much prayer and so much um, taking care of her that this dog, she is just thriving. She is the definition of but God. The doctor said that she wouldn't survive 24 hours, but God. But God, only God had his hand on this dog. And if you see her, this is her testimony. She can't tell it to you, but I can. And I have faith that the same way that God did it with Kiki, and the same way that God did it with everybody else that I know that they're survivors of breast cancer and of any other cancer, the same way that I know that He did it with them and with their other illness and ailments. He's gotten people up from chairs. Like, people are walking straight when they have said that they're not going to be able to get up from that chair. And He's gotten us through so much, and has shown his grace, his mercy, and his favor, his miraculous healing hand. Honestly, he can do it, and he's still God. I'm going through a situation. I explained it earlier, and I believe that he's going to get me through this, and that's going to be my new testimony. And you know what? I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. It's very short, very short. It's like 2 minutes, but I took a little bit of time to create it, and I hope that you guys like it. I'm sorry, mira. It's morning time. I'm still in my PJs. Bye. Music has always been one of my loves. And honestly, this song hits harder nowadays because the doctors gave me some news I wasn't expecting.
Your best days are not behind you. He's heard every desperate prayer. Let every breath you breathe remind you of every time that he's been there.
Although it may be scary to some, I remind myself that I am loved, and I love and serve a God of miracles.
He's still God, still good, still strong, still true, still giving second chances, and he still loves you, still by your side, still fights your fight. Everything he's always been is everything he'll always be. He's still God.
I may have heart failure in the physical, but my heart is holding on to hope in the spiritual. And I'm not worried because he's still God.
You know the one who goes before you is the one who split an ocean wide, and the God who says that he is for you has never lost a single time. Don't you forget he's faithful always. No, he's never gonna change. He's still God, still good, still strong, still true, still giving second chances, and he still loves you, still by your side, still fights your fight. Everything he's always been is everything he'll always be. He's still God.
I want to say thank you for always reminding us of God's hope, his love, and his mercy.
We can't explain. He's still facing all our giants. He's still rolling stones away. He's still breaking the unbreakable chains. Oh, he's done it. He'll do it. 'Cause even on your darkest day, he's still God, still good, still strong, still true, still giving second chances. He still loves you.